in the future, you just know, like, they're gonna live longer than us, you know.
Mhm.
And it's just kind of sad that, like, in the future, like, their life is gonna be like so different
I agree.
than ours right now. I mean,
Mhm.
we have a lot of technology in this room, but like, how much technology are they gonna have, and how
I
much
know.
are like do will they have to deal with? Like, what is gonna become their normal life? Are they gonna live in space? We don't know.
Right.
We don't know.
I was just talking about this last night with my boyfriend. We were just having a
Mhm.
little rant session about like, have you noticed how toys have evolved?
Good morning, good evening, and good night, whichever time you're watching this. I'm Isaiah Ortiz,
And I'm Michelle Batram.
and you're watching
The
the Bulldog
Bulldog
Experience.
Experience.
All right, to start off our first podcast, I mean, literally, just look at our setup. This
Beautiful.
microphone, beautiful. This microphone and that microphone was like, how much? How much? Like 800.
Yeah, we spent about $800.
Yeah. So that over there, he's over there producing for us. His name is Jacob Lewis, and he's our sponsor for Bulldog TV. And then we have Austin Chase over here, which does the national news in the morning,
Hi, guys.
and he is also producing. So there we go.
Here we go.
And to start off with our first topic, COVID. Something that has affected literally all of us.
Mhm.
I mean, what do you think? Like, it has affected literally every aspect of our life.
Everything.
Literally.
And it won't go away.
Yeah. And I don't even know. Like, when did it start? It started in 2020.
Yeah. February?
Yeah, February. And then when everyone, like, when the whole U.S. just went under lockdown, I was like, it was a ghost town. Like,
Right?
did you see Pueblo? Like, when you went outside?
It was crazy.
Just literally completely empty.
You just drive and there were no cars on the road.
I know,
It's
and
crazy.
then people started, like, buying so much, like, canned goods and
Toilet
stuff
paper.
because they thought that, like, everything was just going to be, like, terrible.
Yep.
Like, just terrible.
And it was.
But on that topic of COVID, obviously it's changed literally the way we live. I mean, we're wearing masks right now.
Mhm.
We literally, people have, gone into this mode where they've cleaned so much of their stuff and, like, literally just sanitized everything.
People used to, I mean, I'm sure some people still do, sanitize their groceries when they bring them in now.
Literally, they, like, my mom used to, like, wipe down everything. Now she doesn't really anymore because it's not too much big of a thing. But, like, literally when lockdown started, it was just, like, terrible.
Mhm.
But it didn't even really reach us, you know? So it's just kind of funny how we used all that energy at the beginning, and now it's just like,
Right.
it's here. It's around everyone. So I don't even know. But what I wanted to talk about today is the origins of it.
Mhm.
So you know where it came from, right?
Yes.
Wuhan,
Wuhan.
right? And it was found in a lot of bats, right?
Right.
And they found, like, COVID-19 in them. I think even dogs literally could get COVID.
Yep, I think so. I think so.
Like, I don't even know what to say about that or how that would work. I'd never heard anything, like, more about it. But I think I also heard about cats getting COVID as well.
Yep, I think so.
Like, what?
Yep.
But back to the origin thing. We actually have an article. Can you bring it up, Austin? All right. So there's a lot of theories in my opinion.
There are a ton.
A
Have
lot
you
of
heard the
interesting ones.
bat soup theory?
Oh my gosh, not the bat soup theory.
I
Literally,
don't think that
wasn't
one's
the
real.
whole thing like about how some guy literally ate a bat?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
what? But we have this article up, and it's called "The Mysterious Case of the COVID-19 Lab Leak Theory." And then there's a question, italicized: Did the virus spring from nature or from human error? And it's by Carolyn Corman, and this was posted October 12th, 2021.
It's pretty recent. This is still
This is actually
ongoing.
recent. Like, this theory has been, I don't even know when it started.
I don't like the very
It was
beginning.
when Biden started, I think, investigating. He, like, sent U.S. Intelligence agencies or whatever, and they sent them to investigate the origin of it because, I don't know, it seemed kind of suspicious. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, just go ahead and scroll down, Austin. Got an interesting picture of the bat right there.
Oh,
The COVID virus. Go ahead and read it. I'm just going to look down.
Right. Since the coronavirus first appeared at the end of 2019 and 500,000 people have died, countless more have suffered, whole economies have been upended. Schools have been...
It should say like suspended or something. Schools have been shuttered. Why? Did it jump from an animal to its first human host, its patient zero? Or, as some suspect, was the catastrophe the result of a laboratory incident in Wuhan, a city of 11 million people in central China?
Christian Anderson, an infectious disease expert at Scripps Research in San Diego, began tracking the virus in January 2020. He found the degree of the contagion not just scary, but unusual.
Chinese scientists had already established that it belonged to a genus of coronaviruses commonly found in bats in southern China. And there's something about that, actually, that I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Coronavirus, like those things, have
Right.
been around for a while. It's just never been as intense like this, you
As
know?
deadly, yeah.
Like literally as deadly as this. And obviously today, I actually just heard from one of my neighbors that her sister died of COVID, and she wasn't vaccinated, but she was perfectly healthy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
But then, of course, you have the people who aren't healthy. They're, diabetic
Mm-hmm.
and just other things like that. And that's a huge problem, and most of those people have been vaccinated because that is definitely a disadvantage, and that's
agree.
really lethal to them if they do get COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, where were we? It shared 80% of its genome with the first SARS and was more distantly related to MERS, another bat coronavirus. This new virus, however, was spreading far more quickly, reaching at least 26 countries by the end of the month. It seemed to be locked and loaded for causing the pandemic, Anderson told me. Most viruses circulating in the world, though, can be deadly, are not very good at transmission. They are still animal viruses. This, almost from day one, Anderson said, appeared like a human virus. So, I don't know. I just seen, like, at the beginning when this all started, like, all these stupid memes. Like, have you seen the picture of, like, the doctors who literally have guns in Wuhan and they're just, like,
Yes.
walking around?
And there's also a video of rats bathing. Have you seen that
Rats
one?
bathing?
Yes, and it was so they didn't spread corona. It's been a ton of different things.
There's been a lot of different things, and the thing with this theory, though, is that apparently this specific coronavirus was, like, leaked from a lab.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it obviously wasn't man-made, right? There's
Mhm.
no way it could have been man-made. So I don't know, like, if China's, like, starting something. Probably not. But, like, it's weird how it was leaked, right?
Right.
And it's weird how I think there's an article that I saw or something about a scientist wanting to be anonymous, but they heard that, like, the coronavirus was leaked from that lab,
Right.
And they literally wanted to change their name. and literally not be heard of because of how like bad the situation was, and it just seemed like a little suspicious.
I definitely agree. I
I
think
mean,
a lot of it was
what do you think?
suspicious.
What do you think about like China? Like, do you think they hate us or no?
Complicated question, but
It is a complicated question.
I think in some cases, yes, they probably do hate us.
Like the government, I don't think necessarily like people from China hate us, but
Right.
the government, there's been a lot of issues with all of that and how people have protested about like the pollution going on there and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
which is crazy. That's another thing. When we went on lockdown, we lost a lot of pollution
Right.
because there
And
weren't any cars.
I heard that it repaired some holes in the ozone layer and stuff like that. I heard tons of different
That's
things.
crazy.
And I don't know if you saw those pictures in India. India has huge problems with pollution. And during lockdown, and
Mhm.
I just think it's crazy that everyone in the world basically was shut down. But there was no pollution in India, and it was crazy to
Mhm.
see that.
Literally, it was clear.
Yeah, I
But
remember seeing those in like those satellite images from NASA. It was like right when lockdown happened. It was
Right.
nuts. They showed like the different colors of what's going on and where the pollution was. Those photos blew my mind when I saw them.
Yes, they were crazy.
yeah, and I think it was kind of coincidental that I took AP Environmental Science last year.
Oh yeah, I did
You
too.
took it with me.
Yep.
And we actually saw a picture that Miss Strobel showed us of India, and literally the skies were clear. They were never like clear like that ever
Yep.
before.
Yep.
And it's just like crazy seeing it like that and driving around how it's like all clear and
I think
stuff.
there were like
But yeah.
mountain ranges there, and even the people living there said that they've
They saw
never
the
even seen them
mountains.
before. Yeah.
Literally. But go
How you
ahead.
were talking about the memes before, I remember one of them. Someone said there's so much pollution is left. We can see the Universal logo now. Like, Universal's logo, how it
Yes.
has the globe and everything like that.
Yep.
I remember that one. They said, "Look, you can see the Universal logo now." I
So
remember that.
funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's like nature's way of telling us that we need to slow our roll. Like literally, we have like caused a lot of pollution, and I'm kind of scared because I'm young,
For sure.
and you're young. I mean, all of us are.
Mm-hmm.
And if we live long enough, do you think Earth will even like last long enough? Like,
I'm glad
know,
you said we're all young. I thought you were gonna take a hit at me.
I mean, yeah. When you really think about it, we're all kind of young, 'cause
kind of young. We're really young.
yeah.
You're
I
definitely
mean-
making me feel young over here.
I mean, I feel sad too because, I don't know, maybe technology, I mean, we've already seen it evolve into something where, Elon Musk is literally creating, all his rockets and stuff.
Right.
And, he's going into space and all this stuff. Jeffrey Bezos,
Yes.
literally going into space for no reason, but like,
The 10-minute flight. Did you hear the pricing for that 10-minute flight? It was, I don't even remember it, but it was crazy expensive.
I think
Just-
it was something like, around like $600,000 for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I think. Don't quote me on that though.
something like that.
I don't even know what to say about Jeffrey though.
That's another
But,
thing about the memes. Have you heard the Jeffrey Bezos song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's heard that song
Yeah.
on TikTok before. But I don't know. It's just changed a lot of aspects in our life, and I really hope that we don't have to live like this for a long time.
I know.
Because it's really sad because this thing is like the common flu. This is the common cold.
Right.
And the fact that it's so lethal like this is like, what are we going to do?
It's insane, I know. And everyone, I think even from the beginning of COVID, everyone was like, we can't wait to return to normal, like how things used to be. But I honestly think this is our new normal. I mean, year later, more than a year later, we're still wearing masks,
Mm-hmm. I don't know though. I just look at like my niece and my little sister. My
Mhm.
little sister is like 5 and my niece is like only 2 years old,
Right.
right? And it's just kind of sad that like in the future you just know like they're going to live longer than us.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of sad that like in the future like their life is gonna be like so different
I agree.
than ours right now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we have a lot of technology in this room, but like how much technology are they gonna have, and how
I
much
know.
are like will they have to deal with? Like what is gonna become their normal life? Are they gonna live in space? We don't know.
Right. I was
We don't
actually
know.
I was just talking about this last night with my boyfriend. We were just having a
Mhm.
little rant session about like, have you noticed how toys have evolved? Like the
Toys,
toys
yeah.
that we grew up with, they're not even similar anymore. We're just like, think about the next coming generations. They're gonna be like virtual toys.
They're just gonna have like their. I always see them with their tablets, just watching Cocomelon.
Cocomelon.
Just like, okay.
When you guys know where the potential destination that Musk is trying to get to, right?
Wait, what?
You know, going back to the space thing, you know the
Mhm.
destination that they're trying to get to, right? SpaceX.
What is it?
They're trying to get to Mars.
Oh yeah.
yes,
Aren't they
yes.
trying to like
Timeline is-
colonize
right now they're
Mars?
working on getting back to
Colonizing
Right now they're
Mars.
trying to get back to the moon, but like
Mhm.
based off of what I've read, I'd say end of maybe 2040s, end of 30s, maybe beginning of 50s. I imagine we'll be eventually sending the first people over to Mars. That's
Right.
what their goal is.
Right. Would you ever go to Mars, Isaiah?
Man, that's scary because like you have to put on a spacesuit and everything, and like when you go up into space, you have to like throw up. I mean, literally, like, just imagine like traveling to space every day, and then you have to like throw up.
Right.
Like,
But you'd have to admit
Have
that'd
you
be pretty
seen
cool.
Elon Musk's spacesuits though?
yes,
Like
I have
they're
really-
high
they
tech
are
and they're
really slick.
slim.
Yep.
Those suits
Yeah.
are actually like really good. They're really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
They
they're
are really
high
slick
tech.
looking, and as capsules, like when you look at it compared to, oh, it's driving me crazy. I can't remember the name of the Russian capsule. I'll have to look it up because it's gonna drive me crazy. Like the Russians capsule, it's like the Soviet era, hasn't been updated since then,
Mhm.
and they just felt like if it works, don't fix it, you know, or
Mhm.
don't change
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And like they are so cramped, the two different pictures and stuff, and then you look at like SpaceX and Elon Musk, and I mean they're traveling in style in space.
Right.
Jacob, are you talking about the Soyuz?
That's it, yeah, the Soyuz
Oh.
capsule.
Huh.
It's like scary when I look at the pictures of the Soyuz capsule, and then I look at SpaceX's capsule. It's pretty crazy the difference.
Try
Right,
pulling
right.
up a picture because I literally haven't seen this. I have never
Yeah, I
been in
haven't
this
either.
capsule, but I've seen the astronaut suits, and compared to back then, they're like they're slim. They're really slim, and that's
Mhm.
like the best part about them. But I don't know, like colonizing Mars. That's kind of like living that everyday life of being in space and on a different planet. That's
Right.
intense, and
It is
that environment
intense.
is extreme. Like, do you know how Mars is?
Yeah.
Like literally deadly, like deadly. But I think they'll find a way. There's a way to avoid it. Like there's a way to not be in it all the time. You just gotta be careful. But like, how are they gonna set all that up? You know, there's just so many different things that like go into this, and like there's just so many different problems.
Okay.
Right.
So
But,
I believe I found.
All right. Let's see.
So
Whoa.
Wow.
So if you look how tightly cramped these guys are.
Oh my goodness.
I could.
Yeah,
only
then if you
imagine
wanna
the
search,
feeling
like,
of
Yeah, that is quite awful.
SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule, you can see the difference.
Could never imagine being in those conditions.
Just imagine being like tightly packed like that. That's so annoying. I don't know.
Have you ever tried astronaut food? You know, like the
Never
little
in
kind
my
that they
life.
sell in stores. I don't think that's what they
Like
actually
the
eat.
MRE things. Was
But
it?
I have no idea,
MRE?
but it's just. I know that I've had some astronaut ice cream before, and it was in these little powdered squares. It was just the weirdest thing, and I don't know. It's just like weird to think. You go
Well-
up into space, you can't be on the same diet.
It's true though, because they have to like maintain their weight and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't even know how it works though. Like you have to maintain your diet because I think you kind of like gain weight if you're in space. I don't know
have a
what it
clue.
is. They have to exercise and stuff, and like all that kind of stuff. And literally, some of them say, and it's probably true. This is like the reason why most of them throw up. It's because they can feel their organs like floating. I think that's what they
Really?
say. Yeah.
Really?
I don't even know.
Okay, so
Is that
you
what they
got-
say?
So you guys saw the.
Is that real?
So
Yeah,
you
it's something like that, and they do have to exercise. Like they have a specially designed treadmill on the International Space Station, where like they're bungeed down to it so that they don't float away when they're running. But it's pretty wild. They do have to stay pretty fit in space.
I can only imagine trying to
because
run on a
there's no
treadmill,
resistance.
but just floating away. I can only imagine.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so like even when you're like on Earth, gravity itself provides even the slightest form of exercise to people because we're working against it when we move our arms, things like that.
That's exactly
None of
true.
that exists in space, so there's no resistance. So that's where it gets crazy.
Right.
Can you imagine how lazy
So you guys saw
are
the
in space,
picture
like
of
just
the
floating?
You guys saw
Literally
the
just
picture of the
floating.
Soyuz capsule?
You just exist.
Here's the SpaceX Dragon capsule. How much more room they have?
Yeah, that's quite a difference.
They're not like
Oh my
not
gosh.
condensed.
And it's all controlled by touchscreens, not 5,000 switches.
Right.
is
Touch
very true.
screen? That's so. Wow. You know what they
Crazy.
did actually? And I remember this. Like, I remember it such a long time ago. Didn't they, like, send a Tesla into space? Didn't they do that?
A car?
Yeah, they sent a car into space. It was a Tesla, though.
I don't think I ever heard about
I
that.
think
They
it-
did.
I think
Elon
it-
Musk sent his personal
Yeah, he sent
Tesla
his own
Roadster,
personal
first
Tesla.
generation, on the Falcon Heavy, which
Really?
is their heavy lift rocket that'll carry like cargo to Mars eventually and stuff. And for like the proof of concept, he shot his own car into space just because he can.
But there's something about that that I actually remember seeing in the video or whatever
Mm-hmm.
of the Tesla, like, being in a studio. So it flickered, and there was a green screen behind it, and it was floating, and it was on something. And I think he was trying to make a point about that, like, about the first, like, moon landing, right? About how it was in a studio. But I don't think that was in a studio. Like, I don't think the first moon landing
Probably
was,
not.
but...
No,
in the
I don't think
60s,
so.
there's no way to pull that off in a studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally,
exactly.
there's
I
no
know.
way.
Yeah, they weren't that
Now,
technologically
possibly
advanced to do
with
that.
how CG's gotten and everything like
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but
Oh,
not
for
not
sure.
in the 60s.
No.
But it really was in the video. Like, and I don't know if he was trying to prove a point with that or something, but like, I don't know. So I guess that really leads us to our next topic, which I actually really want to talk about because it's so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It's goofy. Okay.
agree.
It's a silly, goofy moment. Like, no, literally, because Travis Scott, if you don't know, had this concert, and it was called
Astroworld.
Yep. And basically, what was it? It was like a carnival.
I have no idea, like a rave, I think, or
It was like
festival.
they had a
something.
festival or something like
Yeah,
that, and
yeah.
they had rides there. I think they had a Ferris wheel, and basically you just go there and you just have fun or whatever until the concert starts at night.
Mm-hmm.
And when the concert started, I think it was it near the end of the concert or was it like in the middle?
Somewhere in the middle, maybe. I'm not
Maybe.
sure.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not
time
too sure.
details.
Yeah, but basically, about 9 people died,
9 people.
and it's
At a
crazy.
concert.
What'd you say?
At a concert.
Yes, at a concert. And the crazy part about it is that these people didn't die because of, I don't know, like some criminal or something like that.
Right. Right.
It was literally because of the crowd and how it was moving. They kind of like showed in a video how it was moving. And they got trampled over.
Trampled to death. That's not a good way to go, I don't think.
No, like literally, like that is probably one of the most painful things. Like to die like that, you know how long that takes?
Right.
That takes like a long, long time to die like that.
And I don't think I've ever heard anything like this. I know mosh pits are usually crazy, but I don't think they're supposed to be, you're dying in them.
Exactly. And then did you see like all the theories that people made about it, like saying that it was like the Illuminati or whatever because you could see the
Oh my
the
gosh.
triangle behind him in the concert. and
Yeah,
I'm
people
just like,
always bring the
my
Illuminati into
God.
everything, though, so.
I know. I didn't think it was like anything that crazy. But like what the crazy part about this thing is that Travis Scott didn't do anything.
Never
He-
stopped the concert.
He never stopped the concert. And you want to know what this guy did? He was literally robot dancing up on the whatever he was on the
Yep,
tower, right?
Yep. And
And
he was all the way up there. He had a good vantage point.
exactly,
He could clearly see
had
what was
a
going
good.
on.
He saw everything
Right.
that was going on. He saw the people that were being carried
Yeah.
in
Yep.
literal, stretchers.
Yeah, I don't
and
care
stuff
what
like
anyone
that.
says. He definitely
It was
saw.
his fault.
Yeah.
I mean, it was his fault for not stopping it, and just like saying like, hey, we gotta stop this, just so everything gets cleared out at least.
I know, just to make sure that like the job of the paramedics was easier,
Yeah.
having to go through all those people.
Also, can you pull up that article, Austin? And then we'll read it, because it was literally under his control. And I don't understand
I
why
agree.
he didn't do anything about it.
And
And
there's so many videos. First of all, there's a video of 2 people that were climbing on the set trying to get a hold of the producers, the people in charge of the sound and stuff like
didn't
that,
know
just
about
trying to
that.
tell them that people are dead. And they never stopped it. Those people have control too. So I think there's a lot of people that are kind of responsible for this.
it was his fault
Hmm.
and his producers.
Yeah,
Everyone,
I agree.
all of his staff. The fact that they didn't tell him to stop it, anything like that,
Hmm.
their fault.
I agree.
It was literally their fault. And I don't know, there's also something about that there were more people that died than they actually like publicly said or something like
Right.
that, but I don't know
heard
if that's
that there
true.
were more victims that were injured, but maybe not dead. But
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of different things going around, probably.
So now we have this article up here that we searched up, and it says 2 high school students, an engineering student, and a man who is trying to save his fiancée are among the Astroworld Festival victims.
Really, when you think about it, I think the ages of these people are very interesting. I mean, I think high school is probably a
It's young.
young age to be at something like that. But, it's just part of the
And to
experience.
die at
but,
that age is like,
yeah.
you miss a lot.
But, I mean, thinking about being a full-grown adult and you're at a concert, it's not even like a child that died. It's full adults. That's crazy to me.
I know. And I don't know. I just feel so bad for them. And I wanted to take the time to kind of realize how this stuff like just gets ignored literally
Right.
by someone who had the power to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have another video of how he literally apologizes, and it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
But go ahead and scroll down so you could read this article. This was November 11th, or updated November 11th. So
2
really
high school
sad.
students, a mechanical engineering technology student from Illinois, and a man who was trying to save his fiancée are among 9 people who died after a crowd surge at the Astroworld Festival Tragedy in Houston. Authorities said. Rapper Travis Scott, who was performing on Friday night, said he will pay for the funerals of the deceased concert-goers.
And then here's what we know about the victims. This was Axel Acosta Avila died at the age of 21. He was a junior at Western Washington University and had an interest in computer science. According to the university, he was from Teton, Washington, I think that's how you say it. And his brother Joel Acosta told CNN that Axel had turned 21 in October.
So young.
That was like, I don't know, it just makes me mad how young these people are, and I don't know. Then we
This-
have
The
Danish.
student was at the event alone. I find that very interesting. Just
He was
you're
alone.
there.
Huh.
Hmm.
I mean, it goes to show though, he didn't really have anyone else to look like after him, so
Right.
I don't know. I don't really know like the details of like how this crowd like moved, where 9 people got trampled over and died,
Right?
because that takes a long time.
It
Like,
does.
it's
And
so
I think
weird.
like being the people that trampled them, how do you not stop?
Notice that,
Yeah.
literally.
It's actually a real risk. I mean, you see it happen sometimes, like Black Friday, things like that. People waiting in the lines to get stuff. I mean, you think about it like the pressure When you are standing up against a barricade that does not move, and there's 1,000 human beings behind you, if even those 1,000 human beings weigh 100 pounds, think about how much force is being put on your body, even if they just lean forward by 3 inches.
That's true. Yeah. Because then they might just like be going on your neck. You might be literally like suffocating, going on your eyeballs, literally. Like, dude, that's literally how gruesome it is. Like, think about it. But like, this was Danish bag, 20, or he died at the age of 27. There we have a picture of him. And he is from Euless, Texas. Died trying to save his fiancée, who was getting stomped on and hit in the crowd surge at the concert. His brother, Basil Beg, told CNN on Sunday his family said he was an amazing individual who loved with all of his heart. People would admire him for who he was, and his funeral was held Sunday in Colleyville, which is what his brother said. So,
do you think he was successful in saving his fiancée then?
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, I don't think it said that she was one of the victims, but that also could be something that they just didn't want to disclose, you know?
That's a good point. She probably, realistically, I mean, is in critical condition. Like,
Probably,
she's definitely injured for sure. And, it says his brother's fiancée survived, but is bruised all over her body and is traumatized.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
I don't know. So, literally, it's funny because he was literally trying to save her, and he did, but he died, which is like crazy to me. But it's unbearable, it's unspeakable. He said of his brother's death, "I'm the older brother, but he was the older brother to me. He led this family in a direction that I couldn't have done in any other way. To wake up and not be able to hear his voice, to touch him, to kiss him, to tell him how much we love him, it's not going to happen anymore. And the way he left this world, it's not just."
No, I agree with that. I think this is probably one of the worst ways to die.
I know, and I don't know. It's just like the fact that this was under someone's control is just like...
Right.
I keep thinking about that, and it's just getting to me, you know? And these people are young. These people are really young. And then we have Madison Dubisky, age 23. We don't have a picture, though. She was from Cypress, Texas, was listed by the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office as one of the people who died. Oh my God.
This one I didn't know. 14 years old, John Hilgert. He was a freshman at Memorial High School in Houston, and principal sent a letter informing them of the death. I can't even comprehend that.
Age 14. I don't know. Then we have Jacob Juranek, age 20. A college student, Jacob Juranek, was among the people who died Friday, according to a statement released by his university in Illinois. Juranek was a junior studying journalism at Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, the school says. In the release, SIU Chancellor Austin Lane said Juranek was a creative, intelligent young man with a promising career in journalism and advertising.
Man, imagine where these people could be. I mean, these are people with
futures
of all, they're young, ahead of them. Yeah,
and
exactly.
They literally, pretty much all of them go to school. They're doing something like that's actually like crazy, you know? And I don't know. The fact that we lost them to something like this is just, it's stupid. It really is stupid. And then we have Franco Patino, age 21. And I guess, let's see. He was a senior at the University of Dayton, was studying mechanical engineering, technology, and human movement biomechanics, according to a statement from the university. And then Rodolfo Pena, age 23. Pena lived in Laredo, Texas, and studied at Laredo College, according to his Facebook page. His older brother, Guadalupe Pena, set up a verified GoFundMe account for funeral expenses. And then we have Brianna Rodriguez, age 16, another young one.
Dancing was her passion, and now she's dancing her way into heaven's pearly gates. That is so sad.
I don't even know.
So I have a question for you, Isaiah.
Okay.
Do you think that Travis Scott should pay for the funerals of the victims?
Of course. He should literally give them more money than that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
He should give them a lot of money because, honestly, these families, they really should sue because that
Oh,
is
for sure.
ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That is stupid that
And
he
it's-
didn't do anything. And what
Well,
were we
and
going
the
to say?
other
It's-
big part that they were talking about was the just the way that the concert was handled. The like thousands of people just hopped barricades and came in without even like tickets, everything like that.
Right.
Like the whole thing was a mess. So what you're saying, the route of a lawsuit, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a viable option. Could be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Right.
I definitely think like just there should have been something like in terms of security to help prevent this kind of thing
Literally.
from happening.
For sure. There should definitely be people at the stage. And I mean, I don't really think that any amount of money could, make the
Literally
families
Bring
feel
them back.
better.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
still, I think that he should definitely pay them because, you're pretty much responsible for something like that.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, he just saw everything happening, didn't act on it. And you know what this actually reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember TanaCon?
I don't.
You don't remember that?
Mm-mm.
Where Tana Moju, or however you pronounce her name,
Mm-hmm.
had this, what is it called, where all the YouTubers meet up and stuff? It's something con, right?
Are
Right.
you talking about
called
TwitchCon?
like VidCon, kind of like
VidCon.
Comic-Con.
VidCon,
Yes.
yeah.
And TanaCon was basically that, but free, I'm assuming, because she was mad about how they didn't include her as a creator or didn't send her any information or whatever. Do you
Yeah, I
remember
think I
that?
might have heard of this, yeah.
And one, they had no legit security.
Mm-hmm.
2, there were too many people that showed up. 3, they pretty much got scammed because, they were there, they bought, some of them bought like VIP things where I think you could like, go in front of people, cut
Right.
people, stuff
Mhm.
like that. And like actually meet these people that they wanted to see and take a picture with them. And also I think basically what happened is that, well, one safety thing that was, or safety hazard,
Mm-hmm.
was that there was no security. And then second, they were out there waiting. Like some of them were waiting outside of the building and it was like hot. It was super hot.
Mm-hmm.
And they got sunburns, literally terrible sunburns, and they didn't have any water. They were
Mhm.
literally passing around water. But Jacob, what did you have to say? Because I knew you were pulling up your mic. Oh, no? Okay.
No.
Okay. Well,
I didn't have anything.
I'm
Nothing to
sorry.
add on the-
I just saw you pulling up
Tana
your
topic.
mic, and I was like, okay. Well, that kind of reminds me of this situation because now that you said that, Jacob, it reminds me of that TanaCon thing back then, and it was just stupid, and it was just a scam basically. And
Kind
then
of
we'll
like,
just
what was that? No, not the same thing, but along the lines of scam. Wasn't it like, it wasn't Burning Man. It was something where it was like supposed to be the music festival on the island. People paid ungodly amounts of money and
wait.
nothing came of it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I feel like
Had
I
all
know.
the celebrities sponsoring it and
Yes.
nothing happened.
Right.
I'm trying to remember that. That
Mhm.
was recent. That
It
was more
very
recent than
It
TanaCon.
was like one of the craziest scams in history.
Mhm. That was gonna make me think. Wasn't it like with the Kardashian, one of the Kardashians?
Some of them were talking about it. It wasn't their brainchild though. They were some of the people that were paid to like promote it, and it never became a thing.
Uh-huh.
And they had no idea what was going on behind the scenes either. They just received stuff, do this, do this, do this, and they received a check.
Right.
Much like every celebrity that talked about it.
Yeah. So I don't know. A lot of these celebrities have so much power, but like, there's actually a good majority who do during their concerts. Like, I've seen what are your examples? I've seen Billie Eilish hand out water and stuff like that.
Post Malone
Post Malone, what did he
stopped
do?
his concert for that.
Why?
And I think people were
Getting trampled over.
yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
And
So, yeah.
also, I had an experience with this. I went to a Surfaces concert, and you know, it's in a small theater, and they're not like a band that you would expect a crazy mosh pit for. But someone passed out, and they stopped their song, and you know, made sure that she was okay, and they got her out of the building, and made sure that she was out, and everyone in the crowd was okay before they started again. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a huge difference, like morally. You know, it's in their morals to make
Yeah,
sure
it's
people
kind of like
are okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a way, like, to tell everyone to, like, cool down.
Mhm.
Like, cool down and let's get this, you know, show on the road, but let's be safe about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's get, you know, all the people who are injured out, etc. Like, that's how it should be done. But this just wasn't one of the cases.
I agree, and I think that we should watch his apology video.
Yes, that's something that we've been dying
Could
to
you pull that
watch.
up for us, Austin?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I just think it's
Well,
almost funny.
Austin's pulling that up, that one festival that everyone got scammed out of, that was the Fire Festival. FYRE.
Oh.
That's what it
mhm.
was.
And that
Yeah,
guy
I
actually
remember
got
that.
arrested. He was charged with, I don't know if it was embezzlement, what it was, but it was over that.
So stupid.
Okay, I just
Then we-
also want to talk about this real quick. This video is titled Travis Scott Full Apology, and the video's less than 2 minutes long. 9 lives were lost at your show, and your apology is
2 minutes.
not even.
And the
And
quality of it is just
The quality is
terrible.
awful. I mean,
he's just licking his lips
and rubbing his head
and
the whole
rubbing
time.
his forehead.
And
And
I honestly, it looks to me like he's acting to be in distress. It doesn't really seem like there's a lot of genuine remorse there.
like, is he making himself look good? Like, that's literally what this video is.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of people have made fun of him for. And there's actually this, like, TikTok trend where it's just like, I don't even know, like, something bad happens, and then like, it's the front camera, right, of your phone,
Right.
and then you turn it around and it's just his face. It's just him licking his lips. But yeah, go ahead and play the video. Let's just hear this.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You
Here,
know,
wait, pause it real quick.
My fans, like,
Go ahead and actually turn on your microphone, Austin, and then should we do that?
Well, it's okay. We'll put it in,
Okay.
record it.
Okay.
We'll make some magic.
Yeah,
Right.
go
sounds
ahead
good.
and play it again.
mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working
Severity.
closely. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. City of Houston, HPD, fire department. Everyone to, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated, and I could never imagine anything like this just happening. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and just keep you guys informed on what's going on. Love you all.
All right. Tell me that wasn't very unprofessional. Like,
Go ahead and cancel that video. It's about to play.
I don't even think he
don't
opened
know
his
what it
eyes
is.
once to even like make contact with the people that are viewing that apology, you know?
I
And
really don't know what
He
was
doesn't really
thinking.
flow in his sentences. Other than he's saying, I couldn't imagine a devastating situation. You're in control of it. You're
He-
literally watching it happen.
Like, Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like, what do you mean imagine? You were there.
You were there.
Saw it.
You're in
Didn't
charge.
act on it. Didn't do anything. It was a stupid situation.
Mm-hmm.
And now you make this 2-minute apology video?
Right.
Well, and then I actually found an article saying that people from the audience actually approached him and the people telling him, hey, we need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just escorted off the podium by like security and all that.
Right. So security was escorting people off, but they weren't helping people in the crowd. I think that's kind of
Yeah. And then afterwards, at one point, he's like, "Who asked me to stop?" and all that.
really.
But what I didn't get, but what I got out of that was I did not hear any sense of empathy
No.
from in his voice
None.
whatsoever.
No, not at all.
And
None.
I'm usually pretty good about picking up on stuff like that. And
Yeah.
it was like
He
nothing.
seems like stressed out, right? He seems
Mhm.
a little stressed out, but that's only because he's gotten backlash on it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Probably
the
gonna
only
get
problem.
sued.
Exactly.
He's getting
yeah,
unwanted attention.
he said that he's gonna get sued.
Yeah, literally.
Like, I don't feel any empathy. I mean, he didn't even like say like I don't even know. Like, it wasn't it weird though how he mentioned like the fact that we're working with the fire department
Yeah.
and like, what's there to work with? Like at that point, everything's already done. Like, dude, everybody's like literally gone.
I know. Yeah. And I don't even want to get into cancel culture, but you
Mhm.
know, I feel like that's such a big thing now and everyone is getting canceled for no reason, and yet I haven't really seen anyone like really saying that they don't support him anymore. Like, it hasn't blown
That's a good
up in
point.
some of the ways that other celebrities
Not
have.
as much as I thought it was gonna happen.
Right.
You know, especially with how many deaths there were. I
Mhm.
don't really know, but I mean, that's actually another topic that I was going to talk about. Is TikTok.
Yes. I mean, that's the only
And-
reason I know of the concert scandal.
Uh-huh.
So,
I actually only found out through TikTok, and yeah, we changed the logo there. Thank you, Austin. I personally, I want to talk about TikTok because it's something that is a common thing now.
Oh, it's
Everyone watches
huge.
it. It's
Everyone
huge.
has
I
it.
know, and there's, I don't even know, billions of users on there. Not
Mm.
even millions anymore. Billions.
billions, yeah.
And I don't know. I just think it's like so important because there were a lot of actions that people took on the platform, and there's a lot of different things that they have done, positive and sometimes negative. But
Right.
I mean, it really just depends. But I feel like cancel culture is something I don't really like if it's someone who maybe wasn't in the wrong and people just, still go along with it anyways. But
People blow things up too.
but yeah, but most of
Things
the
they
time,
aren't.
yeah, most of the time it's usually good. But I've just seen it happen a lot on TikTok and Twitter. I hate Twitter. I'm
Right.
so sorry.
No.
There's just so much drama that goes on there.
Twitter users are a different type of
They're a
human.
different breed.
Yeah, a
They're
different breed.
of
I mean,
human.
in the long run, it depends on who you're following. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
but-
depends on which side you're on,
No, I gotta say, if you are looking at Kanye West, and that's not even his real name anymore, he legally changed his name, so that's.
What did he change it to?
I think it's just Ye. Legally, it is just Y-E.
I think it's Yee.
Yeah, it's
Is what it
Yee.
is. Yee.
Ye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like how his shoe line is Yeezys.
Oh,
He's just
okay.
Yee.
Oh
It's
my
like when
God.
Snoop Dogg changed his name to Snoop Lion for like 6 months, and then he became Snoop Dogg again.
Yeah, that's crazy. But, I mean, anyways, as I was saying, his Twitter page, you look in his retweets, and just the things that people say under his... it's just crazy.
I know.
Like, people are literally insane. And sometimes it's not even negative. It's just weird, you know?
Yeah, and something to add on to that, there is actually a lot of people on TikTok, I guess especially, and Twitter who dox people. Do you know what that means?
I do not.
Share a lot of personal information that's like not public, obviously. That's private, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, just any other form of pretty much blackmailing,
Right.
literally. But there's that. That happens a lot on Twitter, I think, and TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
But
For sure.
TikTok, it's usually for a reason. It's not just like, oh, we're doxing you. Unlike Twitter. Twitter is just like, you're done for.
You're done for.
You're done. You're done.
Uh,
I swear I've been saying that phrase like all this week.
I
Like,
know.
it's
Okay,
such a
see,
common
that's another
phrase.
thing too. You're done is all over TikTok. And
Exactly.
I think
Exactly.
trends are just moving so fast now. And like, what was the last one that people were saying?
Was
all
it the
time?
table?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
our table, it's broken. That's already like on
Oh
its
my
way out.
gosh.
That's already dying, and it's only been like a month or two.
Not even a month, honestly. Actually, no. A
Yeah.
month, yeah.
I mean,
And that video has been around for a while. That one was on Vine.
it
for
has.
a good.
It's been around for
good
a
amount of
while,
time.
but it just re-blew up on TikTok, and now other
I
things are
think
blowing
it was
up.
originally a Vine, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
I
it
was
was.
saying.
a
Yeah,
Vine,
it was a
which
Vine.
I think Vine shut down in 2013.
Like so
Which
long
that
ago.
was a
That was
division
a
of
long
Twitter.
time
Did you know
ago
that?
there, Jacob. That was a long time ago.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. Did you know that Vine was a subdivision of Twitter? It was owned by
Yes.
Twitter.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I knew that until I got to middle school. But
And-
then I just forgot.
Weren't Vines only like 6 or 7 second long videos?
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
6 seconds long. It was a very interesting and new concept for social media.
Right.
And that's why it was so popular, because it was doing something that no other platform had done before when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can only put so much into a video that only has like 6 seconds.
Right, exactly.
And
And,
the
that's
fact
what
that-
made them so funny.
I know
is
because
they always cut off after just a couple seconds.
yeah, some of them cut off. Some of them were just perfectly fit into
Mm-hmm.
and bunched into 6 seconds, and it was just like a funny website.
Right.
It was literally like a comedic website, but
I guess if you wanted to, you could say it was like the video of Twitter, because Twitter's only, 140 characters, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
that's true actually.
Yeah, so it was basically the video of Twitter, 6-second videos. And it's always crazy when things change. Like Twitter, I think they're up to 240 now. So that was like huge news. TikTok used to be 1 minute.
and now
Now
it's
you could
3.
do up to 3.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
I
3.
think it only used to be like 15 seconds, and it was also Musical.ly before TikTok. Were you a Musical.ly user, Isaiah?
That's right. Did you know that, Isaiah?
yes.
Yeah,
I
TikTok was
Did you
originally
use it?
Musical.ly. Yeah.
It was
yeah.
just basically lip syncing videos.
I had an account and I just watched the videos and they were silly. They were silly.
They were silly.
Like, if I saw those people in real life, I'd be like, go back to your pond, you silly little goose. No, but literally, why were all the videos like just so cringy? Like that was like the cringe era.
Yes, the
That
cringe
was
era.
the cringe era.
And I mean, I just think of this. A lot of the most popular ones on Musical.ly were like the lip syncing ones, right? And we
Mhm.
used to just dramatically do these things, and we do them like in the car, in our bedrooms. Like, think of what our parents really thought of us, and we didn't think anything of it. And I just think like
They probably thought
it's
we
so
were crazy.
stupid.
They thought we were crazy. They thought we were psycho.
Yeah.
Like they didn't think we were normal human beings. That's
Honestly,
the
when
moment
do
they
our
knew.
parents ever think we're normal human beings?
No,
though?
yeah, you're right, because
Facts.
my sister and I were just reciting our table the other day, and my mom just gave us the look,
Oh my god.
It's just like, this is the look of disappointment and confusion,
Yeah, just
which
that-
I will admit,
that look
our
of
generation, what we find entertaining and funny is quite weird.
We've evolved. We've
Backwards.
evolved from a lot of different things, okay?
The
And-
one thing I will say though is like all of those stupid challenges that like have originated just because of TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So dumb. Like,
Yeah.
what was up with the one where people were like stealing soap dispensers from bathrooms? Like,
The
Oh,
devious lick
devious
thing.
licks.
Oh yeah. No.
And that's
it's
not even a thing anymore. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
that was like there for I think a week and a half.
Right.
And then just.
and it
gone.
was such a big thing, and now it's already dead. Like,
Well, and then even then the stupidity of other people affected us because they closed half the bathrooms in the school.
yes, they literally closed the bathrooms and had the ones that were open monitored for a couple days.
It's stupid, but I mean, TikTok though. Other than that, it's made a lot of changes when it comes to other things that have socially been like going on, like, with celebrities, TikTokers and stuff. And I'm
Mhm.
sorry, but TikTokers, like famous ones, the ones that are like, like pretty, handsome, etc. Right?
Mhm.
I don't like them. I'm sorry, I don't. I
No.
really don't.
No, I
Because
definitely
it's
understand.
just, I don't know. Like they don't make content that like attracts like me to them.
Mhm.
Like not really anything like that.
It's not the content that's attractive. It's them that's attractive.
Yeah.
And then they blow up and they make money just,
That's
for their
true.
good looks. And
They
that's,
use their pretty face.
yeah, that's another thing that people talk about, like social norms of you can't look this way or you're not pretty. But I mean, we do that to ourselves. We like idolize the people that are famous because they're pretty.
That was actually really well said. That's true.
Yeah, I've
And-
noticed that as a common trend. Like most of the times we look at people like, oh yeah, we like people because they're so pretty, but we don't think of like their personality or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know who they actually are, and then like they do something and like we're so shocked when in reality that's probably like a normal thing for them to do.
Yes,
Mhm.
and do you know the little thing that blew up with Sienna Mae Gomez?
Selena Gomez?
No, Sienna Mae Gomez.
No.
Okay, well, she was a famous TikToker for body positivity, and then it came out that her and her boyfriend had some sort of scandal that she was like sexually abusive to him or something
Oh,
like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it's just weird because you don't really know if any of that's true.
yeah. I know.
It's
There's
just-
the bad thing about cancel culture
Mm-hmm.
is that there's sometimes a lot of holes in the whole story.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
And then
nothing-
people try to fill in those gaps themselves, and it's
Exactly.
just a bunch of false
Exactly. There's
information.
no, and I think it's been talked about like in the comments of TikTok videos and other stuff like that, where it's like you don't know exactly what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and
But
that's
people
true.
think they do.
Exactly, they think they do.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a lot of cases. There's some cases where there's everything compiled up into one video.
Right.
But there's a lot of cases where there's a lot of holes in the video where you kind of just have to assume.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of people did sometimes. But cancel culture is just something that I don't like now because, I don't know, like anything, like bad happens with you could be done for.
Done for.
You could be done for, which I'm a
Yeah.
little bit worried about. Like just about anyone in general, but like, I don't know. TikTok, what do you think? It's a good platform, Like there's a lot
I
of
think
funny
it's great
stuff
for
on
a lot
there.
of things. Yeah, it's funny, and
I
also,
know. It changes a lot of things too.
I
and
think this
there's-
is a huge thing. But I've seen a lot of people promoting like small businesses on there, which I think is really cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's I think it's great for like marketing and stuff like
Have
that
you
because you
seen-
can literally just blow up, and you could be a
That's true.
nobody.
Yeah, and you can make a lot of money from that.
Right. Whereas like
Uh,
Instagram, you can't really promote yourself as well because you have to like have an audience before people see it, and TikTok, you could just start out of nowhere and
Have you seen like the stupid videos though? Like the stupid, like the small businesses where they literally just fill like a resin triangle with just random stuff, and it's just like
yes, and then they sell them for like $60.
it's that one audio. It's like it takes me like so long to make this
And
or
it
whatever.
only
It
takes
takes
you
hours.
1 second to like this video or something like that.
It's
Yeah,
like,
those are funny.
come on, you can just like it. You can just share it. Like
You can just copy the
I
link.
don't want to do that. Especially if you're just making resin things.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I don't think that's really as hard. And the fact that you sell it for that much is like
Yeah, I know. There's definitely.
$30. No, literally, some of them sell it for like $100.
Yeah. No, I know.
Like, I don't know what they're thinking with that. I really don't.
Yeah, my friend's mom makes resin eyelash cases,
Mhm.
and she was giving them out to her friends for free. And like, there's people that try to like sell those on Etsy or something like that for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like how far can you really go with that? Like, you
Mhm.
cannot make hundreds of dollars on that. It's just not okay. You're
Right.
not gonna get your small business anywhere really. But I do like the small businesses that actually do make stuff that is rare to get.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously a lot of small businesses will, make their prices very expensive
Mm-hmm.
because it's not something that people make usually, and it's not really something that people sell often.
Right.
And I guess it's also a resource problem as well for them because they have to buy all the resources, get it shipped to you, etc. But yeah, I don't know.
Have you ever, really realized how expensive it is to just ship a package to your friend?
It's true. Yeah.
Like, I think, I always used to complain, or I still do, like when you buy from an online store and they don't have free shipping. It's like, really? You can't give me free shipping? But then I went to just ship a package and it was like $13 for a pound of something.
13.
Or not even that. It's crazy.
And that's actually insane. But like, I don't know. TikTok promotes a lot of things, and there's just been a lot of changes with it, whether it's positive or negative, really.
Mhm.
And it also
Mhm.
depends on which side you're on when it comes to like the whole cancel culture thing, right?
Right.
But really, it just all depends. But TikTok is definitely one of the most popular platforms.
Oh, yeah. I
It's
think.
one of the most popular. I use it almost daily,
Mm-hmm.
hourly,
Yeah.
minutely,
Yes.
secondly. But yeah. There's just a lot of trend setters on there and a lot of different stuff like that. I mean, I've seen people who've tried to go along with the trend and everyone's just like, no, just stop.
Yep, exactly.
Everyone's just like, you're done.
You're done.
You're done. See, I'm doing it again.
See, by the time we get to the next podcast episode, that's already going to be a thing of the past.
No,
We'll be saying something different
it's
next
true.
week.
It's true.
Very true. By the time we do make it to the second episode, it probably is going to be old news.
Old news.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know. I think we'll end it there for
Yeah.
today's podcast. And I think it actually.
Wait a minute. There was that one piece of.
Oh yeah.
Of other
I forgot
stuff
about that.
you
Britney
wanted to
Spears.
look at.
Oh,
One more.
We'll talk about
one
that
more
real quick.
topic,
Real
yeah.
quick.
We gotta pull up the article here.
Yeah. There we go.
So this actually just came up right before we started recording.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's actually kind of funny because that's another thing on TikTok that came up. Remember?
Oh,
that she
yes.
was literally being kidnapped. Like
And people made jokes out of it, and
everyone's
there
like, we'll
used
come
to be
save
like
you.
edits. Oh yeah, save Britney. Hashtag save Britney.
The other one was Free Britney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, free Britney.
Free Britney.
Yeah,
Yeah.
silly goose.
And people would make edits of her, strolling around like in her low-rise jeans, just funny things that aren't actually funny because this is like a huge legal thing.
And then there was like the TikTok video of like her, and everyone was like, "Oh, she's being kidnapped." And then someone said, as a top comment, "Wear yellow in your next video." And guess what she did?
She
She
wore
wore
yellow.
yellow in her next
Mhm.
video. And then everyone on that video was like, "Wear red in your next video."
And no, I just
But
kept
she
going.
didn't.
Blink twice if you need
Yeah,
help.
blink twice if you need help. Like, do Morse code. Like, what?
What?
But anyways, scroll up to the top. What is this article? It's okay.
Having trouble with the mouse there, Austin.
Yeah,
it just
that
kinda
mouse
goes
is
off
like
screen and I
inverted.
can't find it again.
But we have from the Los Angeles Times, Britney Spears's how do you say that? Conservatorship.
Conservatorship.
Conservationship, I want to
No,
say.
It's
conservatorship.
conservatorship.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there we
Like
go.
I'm actually looking at
That
the
would be
word,
why
it's
I work with
conservatorship.
Yeah.
broadcasting and not English.
But it ends after 13 years.
Hmm.
That picture is very odd, but I thought that was like,
Well, I mean, it is just a cutout.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's holding a cutout of Britney Spears. Oh, hashtag free Britney supporter. Junior Oliva. Yeah, it says Olivas.
Olivas.
rally.
I can't read that, to be honest.
Junior Olivas rallies Friday outside Stanley Mosque Courthouse in downtown LA. Which that picture is by Irfan Ka from Los Angeles Times. And this article is by Christy DeZerla, who's a staff writer, and this was published, just now.
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of hard words in this story.
I know, a lot of rare names, but we got Britney Spears is finally free. An LA judge ruled Friday to terminate the controversial conservatorship that has been in place. Almost screwed that up. That has been in place since early 2008, ending the oversight of two conservators who have supervised the pop star's person and her estate for nearly 14 years.
In charge of the money she's making. She's writing songs and stuff like that, and they get all of it. And I don't know if you saw, I don't know if this is real because, media can blow anything up, but I saw a post supposedly by her, and it got deleted, but she was talking about how she was finally free, and she was cussing out, like, her mom, and...
she's done a lot of things that were questionable back then, too, I remember. Like, really questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and her dad was the main conservator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, I mean, there were just, like, a lot of problems back then. She had a lot of, like, what are they called? Subliminal messages, like in her songs, And I think she even made a song that was, like, recorded in the studio. Like, she went down there by herself, and she was like, I'm going to record this song, right? And she did it, and it was, like, about, I don't know, her being controlled or something. I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
That's crazy.
Interesting topic in itself. Like, people all the time have said that there's hidden messages in songs depending on how fast you play them, if you play them backwards, all kinds of stuff like
playing
that.
them backwards.
Yep. like things that have even made it to the Supreme Court. Like the so Black Sabbath was the band that Ozzy Osbourne was in.
Right.
And I can't remember what song it was, but it made it all the way to the Supreme Court and this was way back when we were still on vinyl, so we're talking 70s, and kids figured out how to play their records backwards, and so when they were playing it backwards, the parents were saying that you could hear demonic messages and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's been a hot topic for a long time. That's very interesting for anyone in this field, because it's part of regulatory and stuff like that, and if the FCC even has the ability to control subliminal messages that might be in music, even though none of it's ever been confirmed that it is in music, like, do they have the right to control it if it truly is in it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when she made that song, actually, and it was such a long time ago, now that I think about it, and it's just kind of funny how I think even Michael Jackson, like, stopped singing his song and, like, talked about how, I don't know, who was it? Like, it was one of his, like, family members or his friends, and he was talking about how basically, I think it was the owner of Sony.
Really?
I think so. Who was being, like, very controlling or something like that, and he also said that there was a lot of stuff going on with him. But can we bring up, like, that article again? Sorry, I know you just put it down, but I wanted to read more of it, just to see more of it. Let's see.
Okay, it's
all right. Thank you. Judge Brenda J. Penny returns Spears' legal rights effective immediately. The crowd of fans assembled outside Stanley Mosque Courthouse in downtown LA reacted immediately with cheers and confetti as the news spread. The parties will meet in court at a later date to tie up loose financial threads. So,
it's good to see, though, that people took Free Britney seriously. Once she's freed, they celebrate for her.
It's
That's
totally true,
pretty
though.
Cool.
I know. And this was a thing on TikTok and a trend. a trend, yeah.
The thing that blows my mind is that this whole conservatorship thing has been a thing for, like, since before I started school, because it said it started 2008. I started school in 2009.
Right.
So it's like the fact that it's lasted throughout my entire public school career. It's just that's ridiculous.
Right.
Hmm.
I agree.
That is actually true. It's kind of funny actually that you say that. I didn't know that it started so long ago.
I know.
And it just goes to show
You would have been.
how TikTok is literally a trendsetter,
Yeah. No, for real.
literally. And there's just a lot of different things that go into it.
So then here's a question for you. Do you think it would have ever ended if TikTok didn't exist? So go back 15 years
Ooh.
and she starts this whole I want to be free thing. Would it have happened if TikTok didn't exist?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know, but I definitely feel like it wouldn't have been as big of a thing because I would not have known about it at all if it wasn't for TikTok. So I think it definitely makes people aware of like what's happening.
It's kind of funny how that just like kind of TikTok just like kind of set into place,
Mhm.
replaced the most dumbest thing or the most dumbest app ever musically. And it's just like a trendsetter now.
Mhm.
And there's just been so much news on it, so much different topics that people have talked about, and you know, dances of course,
Dances.
which was
yes.
popular when it was made at the beginning, but now it's not really a common thing.
Right. And, you know, that could lead back into our first COVID topic as well. Right. During shutdown,
That's
TikTok
true.
dances.
TikTok actually literally
TikTok
overcame like all
dances.
these topics just literally like
I
collide with
hated
each other.
seeing
in
Yeah.
a
all
way.
of those freaking
Yeah.
dances just everywhere. Like I couldn't scroll two scroll wheel spins on the mouse, for lack of better words, without seeing like 5,000 videos about TikTok dances, blah blah blah.
Yeah, like
It's so annoying. It was like trying to find the one Minecraft video and I can't find it because of all these TikTok dances.
Well-
in lockdown, people learn dances for fun.
Oh
So-
yeah, literally that like became a popular thing, and it's still kind of around. You know, there's
Mhm.
still a lot of
Mhm.
dances, of course, and you see them from time to time, and you think that's so cool. You know,
Yeah.
you see a lot of people who wear makeup and stuff like that, other kind of different stuff, and it's exotic, and it's you know sometimes it's really exotic,
Yeah.
but it's cool. It really is cool.
Mhm.
And TikTok, I don't know. It's just crazy that it's around right now. You know, it's making everything relevant. It's kind of like the central point in media, if you think
Yeah.
about it.
I agree.
But yeah, that's all we really have to talk
Right.
about. And
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to leave off.
I think we
That's
should go
all
learn a
these
TikTok
topics.
dance, Isaiah.
Like, all these topics just, you know, involve each other.
Mhm.
TikTok, Travis Scott thing, COVID. And yeah.
Yep.
That's where we'll leave off. So we'll end the podcast right now, and we'll see you in the next one.